Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have another Great League remix team featuring Pidgeot, Cresselia, and Scrafty. Pidgeot obviously is going to try to get an advantageous lead. The goal is probably to Brave Bird and Dip. And we have the Cresselia as our safe switch. So here, let's see what we do. We actually go for the Feather Dance here. We should have went for the Brave Bird. And then here we're going to decide to just let this go because we know that we can survive it. And we're just going to go for another Feather Dance. I mean, looking back at it, this is probably a Brave Bird and Dip situation. But it looks like we were able to win the lead, and it actually ended up paying off. So they end up having the Shadow Aerodactyl in the back. So if we had used Brave Bird and dipped and then come back in with it later on, probably wouldn't have been as good of a situation for us. But now we're just in huge trouble. Here we're just running into a couple hard counters in the back. This Clefable is going to delete our Scrafty, so we're just going to allow them to take us out here. Yeah, in hindsight is 2020, but we should have gone for Brave Bird and then dipped. Because the Cresselia kind of is our generalist there, and it would have been okay against the Haxorus. So we live and learn. We move on to the next one. Here obviously is a really good matchup, but if they stay in, they are looking to probably get both their shields. So this is just a no-brainer shield. I mean, yeah, you can call the bait here, but even though that cross chop is resisted, it still does a fair amount of damage, mainly because Pidgeot is part normal, so it actually takes neutral. So here we force out the switch outs, and we're going to fake that we have Brave Bird, even though we don't have Brave Bird energy. Let's see if they are aware of that. Good job by my opponent for keeping track. And we're going to let this go, I believe. Yep. And now, because we know that it's debuffed, we're going to try to farm it down with the Scrafty. We're probably going to take a Blast Burn, but because the attacks are debuffed, we're not too worried about it. So here, it is going to be a Dragon Claw. We decided to let it go, mainly because the Scrafty did his job and helped us get this Charizard low enough so that we can farm it down. And here, it's come down to the bait. Do we have time to go for two Moonblast right there? Possibly. But we decided to go for the Grass Knot bait. We get the shield. And here, we want to make sure we don't get our move caught. So we were very aware of that. And here, we are able to survive a Rock Slide. And we're just going to farm it down. And we're going to be able to blast this. Oh, actually, they actually had a move ready. So, well played by my opponent. Wow. It was a CMP tie. They saved a move before dipping out. So, well done by my opponent right there, actually. I thought we were ahead of him by one count, and we were able to get that Moonblast off. So, wow, well done. That team right there was all about breaking down the shields. So, on to the next one here. Unfortunately, we're running into a bit of a situation. This Toxapex is fairly good against our team, especially against the Scrafty. But we are able to debuff this Toxapex. We shield the Sludge Wave correctly. And let's see what we do here. We do go for another bait here. We don't want to necessarily switch out because we don't really have a hard counter to this Toxapex. Oh, they decide to switch out. And now we can take advantage of it because now we can come back in with our Scrafty. This Scrafty wasn't looking very good, but now we forced him out. And now we have a good matchup against this. So we're probably not going to shield here. They go for the Earthquake. It does not KO. We're just going to try to get this chip damage. We actually don't necessarily need this Scrafty to win. We're okay with losing this. So we let this Fire Punch go through so that we can farm with stuff in the back. So we know that they have that Toxapex. That Toxapex would have been really good against our Scrafty, so we decided to let it go. Now, the Pidgeot has enough energy for a Brave Bird and Dip. We go for the bait again. Let's see if we get the shield. No shield. They just don't believe. They don't believe us. So now we go for the Brave Bird to get a shield or at least KO. And because they don't believe us again, we are able to take out that Toxapex. If they had shielded, I think we would have been quite a bit of trouble. So now we got to make sure we get to multiple moon blast here to whittle this Cresselia down. This Cresselia pretty much is even energy, and I don't know yet if we win CMP or not. It looks like we are one fast move behind. So we're just gonna go for the Moonblast as well. It looks like their Cresselia is a bit tankier than ours for some reason. This is gonna have to be another Moonblast. It does take us out, unfortunately. So that was a little bit unfortunate right there. So this is gonna be a shield. They do go for the Moonblast. I guess they have Moonblast and Future Sight. Because if they had the Grass Knot, they should have thrown Grass Knot. So here, because that they have Moonblast and Future Sight, it does take them longer to get through these moves. And because of that, we are allowed to get to 2 Feather Dances right there to KO that Cresselia. That was a wild ending right there, not gonna lie. But the fact that they probably had Future Sight instead of Grass Knot right there helped us out a lot. So GG's to our opponent right there. On to the next one. Let's see if we can reel off a couple wins here to make it a positive set. Here we have the Golbat versus our Pidgeot here. I think the Pidgeot is going to be able to outbulk this. We don't show the first one because we can survive it. Here we go for the Feather Dance bait. At this point, because we went for the Feather Dance, okay, we do get a shield, which is great. We're just going to go for double moves here eventually. We don't shield here because we know we can survive it. And they decided to switch out. So not only did they use all their energy, but they also switched, which allows us to maintain alignment here. We are going to come in with our Scrafty, and we're going to throw this Foul Play here. Potentially take it out. It doesn't take it out, but it is low enough to where we could potentially farm it with something in the back. If it does take out our Scrafty, it does not. So we do maintain alignment. They're probably going to come back in with their Golbat, which is what happens. Here, we're going to come in with our Pidgeot here and just throw a move to possibly get a shield. We do get the shield. We switch out because they're probably... Oh, okay. I don't know about that switch out. Maybe they should have gone for a little move there, because now we just go for the Moonblast. We absolutely take out their Scrafty. And here, we know that we can survive two moves. So we're just going to go ahead and shield the first one to force them to get to the other move. And because of that, we are able to Moonblast that last Golbat. So GG's to our opponent right there. That was quite the ending. They had basically Golbat and 2 fighters in the back, and that Cresselia came in clutch. All right, let's see if we can end on a positive set here. Here, we're going to have a Hypno. Hypno is better for our backline, but because we have potential to throw a Brave Bird and dip, maybe we can get a shield. We're going to go for the Feather Dance here. They don't believe it. We try to catch an inefficient move. It ends up being the Shadow Ball, but it is debuffed, so at least we were taking a lesser Shadow Ball. Here, we got to throw the Moonblast because it's single resisted, and we don't want to be throwing Grass Knots because it's going to be double resisted. Let's see what we do here. We decided to let it go because we're going to try to farm down with the Pidgeot, and then we're going to have energy to throw back at that Hypno because we need to be able to take that Hypno out. So they actually end up using their Steelix. That was kind of an interesting play. So now we know that their backline is entirely weak to this Scrafty. So we're just going to switch into our Scrafty. We know that they can't switch because they already used all their energy on that Hypno. And here we're just going to ramp up energy here. Ooh, the fact that they decided to switch out. We're going to be able to pressure a lot of shields here. We have to shield here. Even though it's only Thunder Punch, we want to keep this Scrafty alive as much as possible. Here we're going to go for the bait because we know that they're probably going to shoot because they don't want to see this Scrafty on their Steelix here, right? So we're going to shield here. And let's see what we do. Are we going to throw the move now or later? Okay, we're going to throw the move in the middle of the confusion so that we don't take this confusion damage and we KO this Hypno. And now because of our Scrafty was already so boosted, we're going to be able to do a lot of counter damage. And we do get to the Brave Bird to KO the Steelix. So GG's to our opponent right there. Let us know about this team, and let us know if you enjoyed this video.